Awake TV. So today Sue and I gonna talk about responsibly manifesting and responsibility. So I think this is a great topic to talk about since we are all proceeding ourselves to 4D and 5D. More and more we are proceeding to ascension. Our responsibility as a creator is getting, important. So we can share about our screw up story or whatever that is. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna share about, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So when we manifest things, we manifest through our vibration. So depends on which vibrational range we are at. The level of manifestation, like physical manifestation, what we manifest will be different. It could be relationship. It could be abundance. It could be a job situation, whatever that is. So, do you have anything that particularly you want to share still about this topic?
Yeah, I do actually. I want to talk about the difference between conscious manifestation and unconscious manifestation. So, we're always manifesting from birth on. It's our energies, as Erica said, our vibration has everything to do with what comes into our environment and our reality. Um, So now what we're starting to understand, and many people have understood for a long time, and have these sage-like teachings from way back, but now it's starting to come into our consciousness in contemporary times, which is we can do it mindfully, consciously, manifesting. Okay, so how do we do that? Um, as Erica said, our energy field is dictating, like, our thoughts, our words, and our deeds all play into our energy field. So if we're thinking a lot of negative thoughts, our energy fields are going to be a little bit lower and we're going to be bringing things in we don't like. And the universe is neutral. It says if you keep thinking about this, this is what you're asking for, and so we're going to keep giving it to you. If we consciously choose our thoughts, what we believe, our words and deeds, then the universe is given a message also, which is, oh, this is what he or she wants. Because she keeps talking about it. She keeps acting towards it. She keeps, okay. So for me, I can give you the example of we're moving to Florida. As you know, I've said it before.
Hmm.
We look on Zillow, which is a realtor website, which is connected to the homes that are for sale in the area that we want to be, or we have several areas which we like, and we keep looking at these different homes. Well, I like this, I don't like that. Okay, this is what I prefer. Open concept. The pool has to have a screen. We have to have storage space. We have to have open space. We don't want to be feel like we're boxed in, so all of these criteria, we keep talking about it. When I say we, I mean my husband and I, because we're the primary people that are going to be making this decision. And what the universe hears is, I like this. I like this. I like this. And then, so as our picture becomes clear on what we wish to move to, that's when the universe say, "Okay," and it starts. So now the images we're finding and the homes we're finding are so much more and more close to exactly what we want, because we keep putting that energy out there. We keep talking about it. We keep investigating it. And so that's the deed. So thoughts, words, and deeds, that is the manifestation tool of how we direct our energy. We're doing it consciously. We're not going, "Oh, gee, I hope there's a place down there that we can afford that we're gonna like. I hope there's something out there." Because what that is that's sending out fear. I'm not sure that the universe has my back. No, you don't wanna do that, because that's whenever we project fear out there and go, well, what if it doesn't happen? Or what if there's a problem? Or what if our house doesn't sell? All of that fear is going to cause the universe to send more things to be afraid of. And like I said, the universe is neutral. It doesn't care what you ask for. We are creator beings. We create through our energy. And so, what I'm hoping to impose today is that do it consciously. Don't don't just hope and pray. Well, prayer's great. So I take that back. Go ahead and pray because that's also sending your intentions out. But be clear about what you're praying for. Don't don't pray because you're in fear and say, "Oh, please, please let it be okay." No, assume it's going to be okay. Whatever it is you're looking for, if it's a relationship, if it's a new home, if it's a new job, if it's a change in your group of friends, whatever it is, consciously imagine all the things that you want for that desire. Okay, my new group of friends is going to be open and free speaking. My new group of friends is not going to be judgmental. I don't have to fit into a box in order to be friends with them. So I hope I'm, kind of covering the whole of it. It's really a big topic, but we truly are in the driver's seat. And if we're manifesting things in our lives unconsciously that we don't like, we don't have to beat ourselves up about it, but that's when you go, okay, what is the universe sending me and why? And if it isn't what I like, what can I change about it? What are my thoughts about it? What kind of actions am I taking toward it? And so that's the responsibility part because we can consult counselors and psychics and all these other things, all these other resources to try and get our answers, but our answers are really right here inside. And if we think about our own manifestation and stop and go, okay, what don't I like about this? Okay, and why is this coming to me? And start internally questioning. And then I think ultimately, if we open up to our spirit team, if we need more guidance, that's again going within and saying, okay, what am I missing here? What do I need to know about this? Can't quite get past this little part. Help me with this. Help me understand what am I missing and why do I keep bringing this in? And get quiet. Listen. Once we ask, our team, our spirit team, what it is we need to know, then we need to start listening and find out what they're saying to us. What do you got?
Well, manifestation is manifestation, but in my point of view, more of the quantum physics way. Um, when we, are vibrating in one way, we are shifting ourselves in the timeline. So when we are holding particular thought or particular vibration or particular beliefs, we are of course constantly shifting to similar timeline. But let's say if you have a certain thing you're desiring, right, to get into that vibration, so you will be shifting into that vibration. So manifestation is it's not like trying to make something appear out of thin air. It's you yourself are going to shift one timeline where you're at to extremely different timeline if you are not about to get your desire. Let's say if you are you feel like you're far, so you need to reach this distance between where you are at and what you want. And how you're going to fill the gap is by changing your belief or healing yourself, dropping something preventing you from shifting yourself to that particular timeline, and also um, surrender yourself so your spiritual team can guide you toward that particular timeline by making you meet a particular person or making you experience particular situation by helping you to heal yourself or having more clarity to it. So that's what I wanted to share.
Well, maybe I can give an example towards what you just said so that, folks can understand what that might look like. So for myself, this last year, I've been far too involved in my son's lives, outcomes, too attached to outcomes. And, some things have happened this year, which I'm sure have happened to, a lot of people have struggled this last year with the virus and all this business going on. But both of my sons have gone through some pretty challenging things. And it seemed as though the harder I tried to help them solve their problems, the more unhappy I was and felt slapped in the face. It felt like the universe was like sending this stuff that just was it's like insulting almost. And how can I put all this effort in and all this love and concern and knowledge that I have from work that I've done for years and years? It's like I'm giving my all. What's going on here? Why isn't it working? And what I came to was how so you're talking about shifting timelines. I'm going to go with that. I was on a timeline of playing mom, playing, expert in some areas, when it related to the court system. I used to work in the court system, so I understand it, and trying to constantly impose my knowledge on the system, on the situation. And then once I let go, like once that situation resolved in the way that it did by my son's choice, it wasn't my choice, it was his choice. I had to then come to the point of saying, how do I accept this? And it was just as simple as reminding myself that, oh, I was never in the driver's seat with this. It was never my choice how this would resolve. It was, when information was asked for, I could give it, but then I didn't stop there. I kept trying to control it. Okay. So I had to pull my energy back to me. I had to set aside this mother role that I was trying to be and say, okay, now I need to be friend. I need to be this is an adult we're talking about. This is not an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old. This is a full grown adult, my son we're talking about. And I had to say to myself, this is his path. He needs to choose and navigate and decide in what way this is going to work out, to the best of his ability, whether I agree with it or not. And when I shifted that energy and brought my energy back to myself and my focus and my move and what I'm doing with my business and okay, et cetera, bring it back to me. All of that suffering that I was having trying to control an outcome just stopped. It just stopped. And I have to believe that, check back with me in a few months, but I have to believe that now bringing my energy back to me and focusing on my move and what I'm doing next is going to be very fruitful. We're going to get exactly what we're putting out there
Mhm.
because I've shifted from trying to control somebody else's journey to let's manifest my own journey. The responsibility for me is me. His responsibility is his. So, that's just a personal story from me, but I want you guys to know that when we talk about these things, we're we're living them. We're not just with these woo-woo ideas or concepts and saying, it's happening in our lives as we speak, and so we feel your pain. We go through it ourselves, and we're just trying to come in and stop in and have a talk with you and say this is really how it works because we're finding it out ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah. So I mean, if we can pull back our responsibility for our own creationship to ourselves, um, and stop waiting for some outside force to gift you, give you, get lucky, all that stuff. Um, your power is way more than you imagine. Um, we are creator beings. We're all from God's source energy, Allah, whatever you want to call it, which means we have, and I believe, we talked about this before. Jesus said, everything I do, you can do as well and more. So, whatever angle you're looking at your life from, whether it's a religious perspective or spiritual perspective or agnostic, whatever it is, understand that once we bring responsibility back to ourselves for what we're drawing to us and letting go of the idea that there's luck or that there's some outside force that's going to give you what you want, um, that's when the magic happens. And magic is a real thing because of the energy, like you talked about, Erica. That's when the energy starts pulling together in your favor.
Yeah. So before we give our last tips, I want to share about that. Stop waiting for the outside forces. So many of you guys know me, I help out a lot of key things, right? So I myself went out on the journey. So I know exactly what I'm talking about to my client. And then when you go through some challenging relationships, such as twin flame, relationship, you tend to wait, you know, to have some kind of miracle happens, or one day a divine masculine gonna awaken, stop repeating his karmic cycle, whatever, right? And then the biggest lesson I have learned from my journey with my ex divine masculine was that you, no matter what kind of relationship you're in, twin flame or regular relationship, if a man is not taking responsibility or accountability of his soul contract or responsibility to clean up his mess, um, no matter who you are to him, we can't really do anything about it. And it's very important to focus on your life and what you want. And then if his life doesn't mesh with yours, it's time to go. And forget about labeling, and someone who is more suitable for you will appear. And that was, biggest lesson. And then the part of the reason I wrote my book, The Ultimate Twin Flame Journey. So not many of these people are not hanging on to a particular relationship because of the label. You can just look at the core of or raw part of the relationship and ask the good question. Do I really want to stay in this relationship? Does this really make me happy? Is this how you want to create and keep on creating this reality? Or you can crush everything and then start creating everything in you from the scratch toward more of what you want in your life.
Yeah. Well, and there are people that I talk to who will say to me, "But Sue, we I can't financially leave this relationship." Yeah, they're older. Several of the ones I'm thinking of older. We've built everything, we can't let go. So I would just only add, and this will be my final tip, I guess. I would just add that if you choose to not blow up everything and start over, right? You said, "Well, this is it. I've put my lot in with this person." You can still create your own reality within that choice. Um, I would go with Erica's suggestion and get out myself, just because I love myself that much. I'd live in a grass hut before I'd be with somebody that, didn't treat me properly. But, that's me. Some people are very, very attached to their material world and can't see a way to leave a relationship financially. Okay, I get it. I pass no judgment on that. If that is your reality for now, You still can create your own space, bring your energy back to yourself. Stop focusing on that person, stop giving them your energy, and start building for you. And the interesting thing about that is once you do that, you may build something that gives you all the financial freedom you need to turn around and walk away after all. So, I mean, it's interesting how the universe works. Once you make a decision, you're consciously taking responsibility for your reality. All kinds of things, all kinds of magic can come into your space that you didn't even see, a year before, 2 weeks before, 10 minutes before. But you've brought your energy back, you've brought your power back, your focus is on you. Yes, I've stayed. However, I'm not paying attention to what that person's doing anymore. This is a financial arrangement at this point. I'm not going to be in this position forever. Maybe it could change next week. You never know. But once you decide and take responsibility, saying, yes, I did make this choice to stay with this person. However, I'm going to do my own thing. And I'll tell you that it's what I just said to you is absolutely true. I've watched a dear friend of mine do it.
Hmm.
She and her husband, man, they are from different planets for sure. And she got tired of the BS, and she just started. She said, "I can't leave now because financially resources I don't have, but I'm going to do my own thing. I won't say what she's doing because that kind of gives away who it is,
Mhm.
but she's really doing well. She's got her business running. She's got clients coming in all the time. And if and when she decides to make that leap and say, "Okay, I'm done with you, buddy boy. You have a good life. I'm going to have my life." She'll have the financial resources to do it. Now, a year ago, that wasn't the case.
Mm.
So, there's hope either way around. But I agree with everything you said, Erica. You can you can see somebody who's on a path and decide not to try and be responsible for their shifting.
Yeah. I mean, choice is a choice. But once you or we, personally take accountability, because especially in a relationship or something bad happened to you, it's easy to blame on other people everything and say, you seem like, oh, I did nothing wrong. But when you start to take accountability of your part of the relationship, or you're part of the involvement, you're part of whatever that is, and then you proclaim your new decision to focus on yourself, make your life being happier, and then um, for your heart to how can I create more suitable to what my soul wants? Then, like Sue said, every single forces will orchestrate it toward you to make that happen, and everything goes very smoothly because it's no longer going against the tide. Everything goes with the flow. So trust the universe, trust God, trust your spiritual team, and that will happen when you start believing yourself and then taking responsibility for your action. So that's what I want to share.
Yeah.
Great. So next week, Sue and I gonna bring more interesting topic. Please share, like, subscribe. We see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.